Now, hold on. This is only going to take like 2 minutes of your time. So just watch this clip.
We do accept tips anonymously, so I would always encourage people to call if you think you might have some information. Even if you think, well, it might not be something we need, you never know, just call us and we can determine that.
It was a weekend of violence in different parts of the Coastal Empire.
That includes Chatham and Bryan counties. Altogether, 3 people were killed by gunfire and at least 2 shooters are still at large.
Our Madeline Bierster brings us up to speed on these 3 different scenes from over the weekend. And Madeline, what have you learned tonight?
Yeah, Mike, Don, as of last week, 20 homicides have happened within the city of Savannah in the last year. Now that number has risen to 21 after this weekend. Now, although overall crime is down 20% since 2023, law enforcement are still very concerned that 3 different shooting scenes, all within 2 hours of each other, happened on the same night. Rogers Street in Savannah, Montgomery Landing Apartments, also in Savannah, and the Ashton Apartments in Richmond Hill, all scenes of gun violence over the weekend. Around 9:30 Saturday night, a man was shot and killed in the 1200 block of Rogers Street. EMS tried CPR at the scene, but he died there. That victim has not been identified yet, and no arrests have been made yet either. 30 minutes later in Richmond Hill, 2 teens were killed, 18-year-old James Wallace and 19-year-old Umar Hack. This shooting happened at the Ashton apartment complex on Harris Trail Road. The GBI is now in charge of the investigation. While their autopsies are completed, no one has been arrested so far. Then an hour and a half after that, around 11:30 Saturday, a major police presence and crime scene tape up at Montgomery Landing Apartments in Savannah. Those apartments are located at 714 West 57th Street. We received multiple calls about this incident, alleging a shooting happened at Building 400, the same building where a 14-year-old was shot and killed earlier in the week. SPD, though, says a ShotSpotter notification went off, but no injuries were reported. Savannah police reports reveal there have been 21 homicides in 2025. That's 1 less than this exact time last year, and 6 more than this time in 2023. SPD says a huge issue is getting witnesses to come forward.
Even if you're not sure, it never hurts to give us a call. Any kind of tip, it will be helpful because we need the community's help in solving a lot of the crime that happens in the city.
First thing off the bat, I absolutely agree with you. With that officer, you really should be interacting with your community, especially law officials, like through phone calls or tidbits of information that can help prevent these casualties and like provide justice. Although it still is kind of sad that these events are happening so frequently. But as she said, if we do band together as a community, we can definitely see these crime rates going down in high places like Philadelphia, Chicago, LA, all those places in America. It'll definitely help not just with gun violence, but like violence in America as a whole.